Okay, yo, I just saw Supergirl, finally, right?
The thumbnail is clickbait, by the way. I just wanted to preface this video by saying that.
So I tried to avoid spoilers going into this movie. I saw the trailers. I thought it looked completely up my alley. I love the director, Craig Gillespie, loved I, Tonya. And watching the trailers, it really felt like a Guardians movie. And I'm of the belief that the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are some of the best movies of all time. You guys are not ready for that conversation. You know, I'm a sucker for these kind of space opera, big movies, and the practical effects were awesome. So I was very excited for this movie. I loved DC. I was getting into that, and Millie Alcock. You know, I think a lot of people's reviews for this were that, oh, Millie Alcock is too ugly to play Supergirl. What are you smoking? I find her insanely attractive. She's hot. I'll say it. Yeah, so after last summer's big hit Superman, I think the DC was on a high note, and I did have some pretty reasonably high expectations for this. Maybe too high, but we'll see. A quick disclaimer, though, is I did not see the opening scene. Not because I was late or anything, but because I was in the bathroom throwing up. Didn't actually throw up, but that's a story for another time. For never, actually. So spoilers ahead now. I missed the opening scene, which I found out was just the first scene shown in the teaser trailer. Which, the teaser trailer, all these trailers were great. Like, so good. Like, here, watch this clip.
Lot of pain.
Those are just a few clips, but why can't the whole movie feel like that, honestly? Like, I watch this trailer whenever I want to feel something type shit. I'll bet they put the same crack in that trailer as they put in the entire Guardians 3 movie and the Superman movie and the trailers. Now you see why my expectations were so high. So I missed the opening scene, which was in the teaser, and the scene of Ruthie's family getting offed. But that was heavily implied, or not implied, she literally explicitly said it. Anyway, I'll say some other stuff before I give my full verdict. As I said, I love the space opera vibe, and in the movie I did also. It's kind of like a Western, almost, and I saw that the comic run that this was based on was kind of based on True Grit, which is really interesting. The alien worlds and creature designs, like all of the different kinds, it felt like Guardians movies. But it felt like the Cantina bar from Star Wars. Ton of scenes like that. And Seth Rogen's character was great. I wasn't sure it was Seth Rogen at first, but I shouldn't have second-guessed myself. It was him. This movie was funny. You know, I think there were some funny characters, some funny moments. Lobo was funny, although I'm not as high on Lobo's portrayal. I think Jason Momoa should have just put more Jason Momoa in it, you know? Shouldn't have had this beefed up, like, almost theatrical presence to him. Should have just been Jason Momoa. He is Lobo. Let's see, what else? This felt like the start of summer blockbusters. We got Minions later this week, which looks really good. Despicable Me 4 is bad. Despicable Me 1, great. Minions 1, pretty good movie. And this one looks like the best. We'll see. Some things I didn't like about Supergirl. The screenplay wasn't great, more specifically the dialogue. It felt like a lot of scenes or lines were just trying to get to somewhere, get to an explanation or get to a punchline. It was kind of cheap. There was more scenes with pretty bad green screen than I would like to admit there are, because it's 2026. What are we doing? How does that still happen? The score was also kind of average, given that Superman from last year. Oh my God. David Fleming and John Murphy composed that score. I know some scenes were literally based on John Williams' score from the original Superman movie. No, Superman 2025 is one of the best scores of all time. The movie is a good movie, but without that score, It's just a movie. But with it, the score is perfect. It convinced exactly what they were trying to do. It makes you feel something. And even the needle drops were great. I could think of that ending with Punk Rocker and get chills. Anyway, don't want to get sidetracked. I feel like this movie was missing pizzazz. I think Superman had a little bit of pizzazz. Superman was very colorful. Supergirl didn't have a lot of color. I think we got to find the middle ground. We got to have a movie that isn't super light and colorful, or that's not colorless, you know? Maybe Man of Tomorrow, we'll see. It's felt a little bit disjointed at times, like scenes were missing or rewritten. I think when Krem shows up and hurts Crypto, he kind of just showed up out of nowhere, right? Did I miss something? And also at the end, when she gets the antidote off Krem, how'd she know he's gonna have that? It's kind of the whole plot of the movie. I enjoyed the ending where, Kara tells Ruthie not to kill Krem and gives this whole speech about how revenge isn't gonna do her anything. But Kara then just goes and kills him herself out of revenge. And it shows, she's trying to make Ruthie a better person. Maybe she sees some of her younger self in her. But, she's not there yet. She's not Superman. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good. I really like this movie. That's my verdict, okay? I enjoyed watching it. And don't say, oh, you wouldn't get it. You're just a casual. You're not a real critic. I'm not a critic. I enjoyed this movie. What do you want me to say? I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a great movie. It wasn't amazing. It was great, I liked it. Although I do think about the ending. When Kara and Ruthie took off, that should have been the ending. Not to sound super feminist here, but why did Superman get the final line? Hey, that whole scene felt like a post-credit scene, 100%, and I bet it was. I was a big fan of the MCU's world building and plot-driven to one big climactic movie. They're not doing as much of that in this, Maybe the post-credit scene with the quantum chamber from Peacemaker, if they really want to build that to Man of Tomorrow, because I know damn well Lanterns ain't doing that. By the way, Lanterns. Amazing trailer. You guys are bugging. That looks fucking awesome. What else? Yeah, okay. We got to talk about the needle drop. I know you've been waiting for this. So, I saw the needle drop and I saw the people's verdict on that beforehand. So there's really no way for me to go into the movie. There's no way for me to know what my reaction would have been, undoctored. But it wasn't that bad, okay? Hear me out. It wasn't that bad. I mean, Guardians did shit like this all the time. The Suicide Squad did too. It wasn't meant to be perfectly fitting because an orchestral score would be fitting, That basic ass score from this movie would have been the way to go, the easy way to go, the expected way to go. But it's James Gunn. He has these tongue-in-cheek, ironic, oh, it's a pop song, and it's funny that it's playing during this scene. Sure, it might be getting a little tiring. I love it. But this scene, maybe they chose to do a cover because they wanted it from a feminine perspective, but sure, it was a little corny. But I wasn't rolling my eyes. It didn't ruin the movie for me. And it definitely was not the worst needle drop of all time. And I think Eric Voss had some pretty harsh criticisms about it, comparing it to that if in Guardians 1 in that big emotional sequence where Groot was hugging everybody and it's all these colors, comparing that to that. But this, where the needle drop showed up in Supergirl, it was just a climactic fight sequence. I mean, it was a little emotional, I guess, meant to be. The song is called The Middle, and she's standing in the middle of everything. Everything's happening around her. I get it. It wasn't bad. Yeah, I'm excited for the future of DC, man. Superman was great, and it's better than Supergirl, but the gap between the two movies isn't as big as it thinks. as it thinks. It wasn't as big as people are making it out to be. Okay. Yeah. So I kind of have an opposite view on everyone or most people from this movie because they hated this movie but loved Lobo, and I love this movie, but I thought Lobo was just fine. I've seen about 20 movies so far that came out in 2026. This is one of the best. It's top 10. It's top 8, you know? The DCU is absolutely not cooked. Like, Superman is still better, but I'm excited to see where this universe goes. I'm excited to see more. I'm excited to see Clayface. I'm excited to see Lanterns. You know? I don't know if I already said this, but I'm just gonna say it again. I have one more thing to say about Supergirl. It's based in the comics, and the comics are super colorful and have a lot of things that could have translated to the screen better. I've not read the comics myself, but I don't know why they didn't do that. There was this one scene with the star, and it looked beautiful. I love shit like that. Project Hail Mary, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Why didn't we do that? Would have upped the score a little. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. I like this movie a lot. When I know I'm in the minority here, I think it's a really good movie. I enjoyed it. What do you want me to say?
As usual, I'm gonna go on one
All
last
right,
rant.
good movie.
Everything I forgot to say. in this
Better than
video,
Toy Story 5.
But
Peace out.
Creme, great villain, great performance. But they should have used Call Me in the final fight. There's another thing I want to mention. Like the whole movie building to that, used in all the trailers. I mean, come on. But also getting the chance to watch this trailer again that I showed while editing this video, like, it's so fucking good. It's so good. That's like one of the best trailers of the decade. Oh my God.